Hey everyone, what's going on? It's your boy Krebsy Crypto, and for today's video, I'm going to be focusing on building this mining frame, or mining rig if you want to call it, from this mining frame. I'm going to be stripping apart this computer here, and I'm going to be putting that motherboard up on here for now, like right down in here, and then figure out power supply situation. And then I got to order in some more risers and a few other things, so that way I can run at least these two on here for now, my two 1063 gigabytes. I have my 4 gigabyte set up here. I haven't been running it or tested it yet. I just set this up this morning. It's that new Coolmaster case with the RGB lights in the front, and then this is RGB as well. And then this one illuminates red, this card here, so I figured it'd be a nice little combo. I know I could put them all on this open air rig, but for now I'm just going to keep it this way, just because I do like the RGB look and everything. I'll see how that runs. Worst case, I end up merging it onto here once I get this set up and, running and everything. But my main focus is going to be getting these two on here, since they're pretty much a pair at 1063 gigabytes. They're both 3 gigabytes each. And then, yeah, I'll just have to determine a power supply. I have a few options, and I think I have a few more in my closet over there. But I'll have to see what works best, because I'm going to be running these obviously on risers. The cards will sit up here, motherboard will be down here, power supply over here. And it's just going to be kind of my first, like, mining frame open air rig build here. So hopefully you follow along, and hopefully we can make this kind of like a fun thing to do for the channel and stuff. But yeah, as I get more cards, like if I buy more of these ones or just get other ones in general, I will be adding them just to fill this frame. I believe it's a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's either like a 6 or a 12 GPU frame, so I can fit 6 of them or 12 of them, all depending. But yeah, I'm just going to be recording myself taking apart this thing, getting it all stripped out, and merging it over to here, and kind of start that process. But as you see, I've kind of cleaned up my whole setup here. Things were on the ground and kind of really messy over here, but I've been condensing more and more and cleaning more things up. And like I said, this is my 4 gigabyte rig over here, so I've gotten that all cleaned up and ready to go. I'll make a video on that once I have it up and running. I'm still waiting to hear back from my hydro company to figure out my rates and stuff, because I am still new in this apartment building. So I have to wait for a few weeks to get my account for my hydro. But I've contacted them, and I'm just kind of waiting for a response to see so I know like my on peaks, my off peaks, what my rates will be and things like that. So that way I know when I'm profitable, not profitable, best time to mine and things like that. And I'll be making a video on that. Mind you, I am in Ontario, Canada, so I will be basing it off those rates once I make that video. But yeah, anyways, instead of me sitting here talking, I will just be recording myself. It might be sped up, just stripping apart this and getting onto here. So let's get right into that. And sorry for a long intro. I just kind of get rambling on because I have many ideas when it comes to mining in this channel and the, accessibility I have now. But yeah, let's get started with that, and hopefully you enjoy the video. So now for this next part, we'll be taking the motherboard, putting it onto the base here, then getting just a temporary power supply set up so we can kind of get the feel for how this will look. But hopefully I'll do my best with the camera angles and everything here. I don't have like a tripod here for my phone to like grab onto and position. I'll probably have to end up buying one if I'm going to be doing more types of these videos, just so it's better to get angles and stuff. So don't mind my like amateur camera angles and things of the sort. I'll probably be moving most things with one hand and kind of holding and screwing in and just kind of showing you guys here. So we can kind of just do this along together here as my camera doesn't want to focus. There we go. All right, so now let's get started. So now this part might vary. They give you a lot of different kind of holes to work with different size motherboards. So this was the one that I ended up using, was just a smaller set right here. Some of them can go like depending on the type of board you have. Some of them will take up a good chunk of it. If you have like a non-micro board, like a full size motherboard, it will take up a higher chunk. And if you have like a mining board, it'll be long, so it'll probably take up most of this. But yeah, for mine here, I found this little 4-set as I was showing you. I was lining up the screw holes and everything, so now we'll just get right to it and screwing it all in. So I believe I have this positioned the right way. I'm not entirely sure here, so let me turn up my brightness. So I'm pretty sure this has to face it this way. This was like the only way I could get it really lined up. I don't know if these ports are supposed to be facing over here. This is all just my first build, and I'm kind of just winging it. And we're just kind of doing this as a team here, a channel effort here. But as you see, this is what it looks like currently with the motherboard screwed in. And now we will be doing the power supply if however that screws in here. So the power supply will be going right in this gap here, as you can see. Just having my hand. I don't know if this fan, I believe it's supposed to be facing upwards. I kind of been lining it up to see how the screw holes go, and this is the only way this will fit in. So we're going to slide it in this way. I can fit in any other way, but then I can't screw it in. So we'll slide that right up here. And as you see, it's hard to see. See if I can turn down this brightness a bit. So there's a hole right down here. So you can see that little silver lining. And then what we're going to do is push that up towards that little piece. You see it line up with that circle metal piece there. And the other holes go right up in here. So it all should line up and everything should screw in just fine here. But it'll be a little bit of a challenge. I'm just going to spin it around and then we'll continue recording and getting this put in. Alright, so as you see, I just kind of hand tighten them with my fingers. I put them in just so it can hold in place. There's a bottom one, there's this one, and there's that one on that piece there, right over here. Now I will just go through and tighten all this. So with the frame, like with this frame here, they send like these bags of screws. So these ones are your power supply ones, and these ones are motherboard ones. So they send you a variety depending on the size, because you can get like, you could probably get away with almost fitting, where is it? It's over here, but almost like this type, maybe a little bit smaller into here. If you gotta run multiple GPUs, that's why it looks so like small on there, it's because it's for a wide variety. So if you have a bigger power supply, you can most definitely fit it in there. And if you have a bigger motherboard, it can go across. But I'm assuming this is how it's going to be set up. So it's going to have the cables out this way, at least for this power supply. It may be different per power supply. And then for this motherboard, this is the best way I've found. Hopefully this is correct, but like I said, we're just kind of going with it. And hopefully, you guys are building your own rigs and stuff, and maybe this video helped you, or if you're just along for the journey of my channel and you're seeing how we're growing and expanding. Because we've originally just started with these type, even like a year or so ago when I first started this channel, we were just doing computer builds and motherboard builds, but now we're expanding to actual mining frames and mining rigs. So it's good to see, the evolution of all these steps. Over time, you will learn and you will gradually just get better with things, and you think, I'm going to try this, and that's all I thought with this one, is to go ahead and just try an actual mining frame, get a few graphics cards running on it, get some risers set up. I will most likely need a bigger power supply. I still got to get a hard drive for it, but I just wanted to make this quick video, kind of show you guys, the very basics of things. And once I get more parts and accessories for this, I will be updating and making another video and building onto it and kind of making it like a mini series on my channel here. But yeah, again, hopefully you guys learned something, or like I said, if you're just along for the journey, that's always fun too. I enjoy just making this content just to put out there for people's enjoyment, or if people learn something from it. But yeah, that's all I got for today's video. Like I said, more will come, more parts will come. This is just kind of the first part until I get more things ordered in, and so I can make additional videos. But for now, we'll just leave it as this. I might just hook up these cables, but that's pretty standard with any computer. It's just going to be your basic cables. And I might try to get like a graphics card or two running on it. But yeah, this is it all hooked up. We got the main cable plugged in here, got the CPU cable plugged in there. And that's pretty much all we'll have for now. It's not a very big power supply or anything. These are just my GPU cables. I have to get one like I have in there, like 850 watts, so I have the portability to actually add and remove cables. But I can also get like a smaller one that has the same deal. It's just these ones are built right in. I need the ones that have the ports so we can actually add more PCI cables. So that way we can go ahead and run them to the GPUs, of course, if we have multiple running here. And then that way we have a little bit, we got 2 units running here essentially, the 4 gig and a 3 gig. And like I said, I'm probably going to work on getting an actual mining motherboard. So that way I can run all these cards just on one. Hopefully by the end of it, it'll all just be running on this mining frame. So we'll have 2 4 gigabyte cards and 2 3 gigabyte cards. But yeah, essentially that was just the plan for today's video, just to get this kind of set up and give me the idea of what to do from this point on. Considering I don't have another hard drive, I have to order one, I have to get another riser, I have to get a few different things. But a video will come once I order all that, and once we actually get this up and running. There'll be a follow-up video like I said. But again, hopefully you guys have an amazing day. If you enjoy my video, my channel, and this type of content, make sure that like and subscribe button, as it lets me know you guys are enjoying this. But hopefully y'all have an amazing day, and this is Krebsy Crypto signing out.